everyone, welcome to another episode of Little Fish. This is the show where you send us a load of amazing facts and then we marvel at how great they are. We give a little bit of extra material and then we do a little bit of extra stuff at the end where we give away custodianship of some of our old facts. There's so much to get through that I think we should just get going. Andrew Hunter-Murray, Dan Schreiber, which of you will go first?
I'll go first. This is a fact that is sent in to us by James Udell, and it is the artist behind the famous dogs playing poker paintings. Also once wrote a comic opera about an anthropomorphic giant mosquito.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I wish I could remember his name.
Cassius Marcellus Coolidge.
It's Cassius Marcellus something, but I can't remember the surname. I know it's the same as a president. It'll come to me.
Yeah. He's a fascinating guy. I can't remember if we've spoken about him on the show before.
No, I don't think we've ever discussed the dogs playing poker pictures.
They're probably parodied more than you see the originals, would you reckon?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yes.
Something tells me of this guy. Did he invent those sort of cardboard cutouts that you get at the fairground that you put your head through? I feel
this is what's amazing. Yes, he is certainly the person that is credited with popularizing it to the point where it became a big thing. If you go to the seaside and it's missing its head and you stand behind it, that's the man behind the dog poker playing.
I love those things.
Yeah.
James, that is stunning knowledge, I've got to say. That's really, really impressive.
Isn't that extraordinary? Two seminal things that we sort of don't know the names of, but we all know.
Yeah.
I just think it's like there being someone who invented benches. You just think there's no way that a technology like bits at the beach where you put your head through the hole and get someone to take a funny fit. There's no way that has a named inventor.
I can imagine you would go to like the Lascaux caves in southern France and you would walk into the cave and there would be a little bit of a hole. And if you put your head through it, then it looks like you're spearing some buffaloes.
Yes.
Like, you feel like it must be as old as that, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
Can we get one of those for the office?
Well, what do you think? Well, what do you mean? Like, as in, it will be our bodies that other people can put their heads in, or are we going to get some bodies of other famous podcasters that we put our heads in, or something?
Okay, I was thinking it's our bodies and we put our heads through, but we put them through the no, wait. We put them through the wrong heads, and that's a funny image for a tour poster or something.
Okay, yeah. Unfortunately, I would say that our bodies are not distinguishable enough.
Yes,
you know,
it's not like one of us is a farmer and one of us is a motorbiker and one of us is a builder. Yeah.
Exactly,
well, one of us is a woman. I mean,
so that one would work. But then the others, I see just three middle-aged men with like bodies that are feasible.
Yeah, and we can't have one where three of us have put our head through the Anna head hole and Anna's put her head through the three holes of the feasible middle-aged men bodies. Wow, middle-aged. That's the first time anyone's called me middle-aged.
Really?
Wow.
Come on.
Yes, really.
You've had the brain of a middle-aged man for at least 20 years.
Yeah, my spirit, but that's different to my body. I've had the body of a young Paul Newman for a long time, I thought.
And again you're showing the mind.
I thought, who's a beefcake? Who's a hunk? Paul Newman.
Should we do another fact?
Yeah, I've got one here. This is from Veronica Alfano from Sydney, Australia. Pretty cool. And Veronica writes, I thought you might be interested in a little fish fact about an amazing 19th century figure. And Veronica presents it as a riddle. Okay, so
great.
There is a poet named Michael Field who is neither a man nor a woman nor a non-binary person. How can this be?
Is it a field? An actual field?
It's not a field. Not a field. That's good. You're thinking the right way, though.
Someone wandered over me like a cloud. Well, it must be an animal, I would say. Is it not?
It's not an animal.
Oh, do you remember that we've actually done this on the show, so I doubt it's this, but do you remember the person who created a poetry machine or a haiku machine?
Oh, yeah.
But it was a steampunky one that it was before computers.
The Latin hexameter
That's the
poem
one.
with the Mary Beard episode. That was so good. No, it's not like that. Okay, I'll just give you one clue. It's two names, Michael Field, therefore...
Two people.
Very good. It's two people, but it's Michael Field is a very interesting poet because he, quote unquote, was two women, Catherine Bradley and Edith Cooper, aka Bradley Cooper. Interesting. They lived in the second half of the 19th century. Okay, Veronica says they were lovers and life partners. They were also aunt and niece.
Wow.
Quite striking.
That is.
I would say. They wrote a lot of extremely sexy poems about love and female romance and sexuality. They were very enthusiastically reviewed. And then when it came out that they were not Michael Field, but they were actually an aunt and a niece, everyone was a bit surprised. And I think there was a bit of negative pushback against that.
I can kind of understand that.
It's unorthodox. They were ploughing their own Michael Field, you could say. And they also wrote a book of poems to their dog, Wim Chow, who died in 1906. And they were so sad that their dog had died that they converted to Catholicism in the hope that they would meet him in heaven.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
And they wrote a book of poems called Wim Chow, Flame of Love, which I've been reading. And it
sounds great.
It's not good.
Oh, no.
Really?
What?
It's not great. It's
With
not
that premise?
great stuff. I
Come
know.
on.
I know.
That's insane.
Okay, here is another fact. This one comes from Jakob Forkin. And actually, Jakob gives us two facts. So the first one is that Roald Amundsen's polar thrust was so well planned that all 5 in his group had gained weight upon returning to base camp.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
That is devastating for the Brits who starved and died of exposure and all
I'm
of that.
afraid so. I think Amundsen's lot ate their dogs, didn't they?
Well, it's very nutritious stuff, clearly.
Yeah.
I can't believe that. Oh, I'm feeling a bit... Oh, my polar clothes are feeling a bit tighter this morning. I'm so healthy and gaining weight. That's
You know what?
incredible.
I've been going to the gym over the last couple of months a bit more than I did at the end of last year, and I feel like I'm not losing that much weight. So I can kind of empathize with these guys. Sometimes, like, muscle is heavier than fat. That's what they say, isn't it?
Yes. And you're eating a lot of dog at the moment, and that's noticeable.
You gotta stop. You gotta stop.
Okay, Jakob's second fact is that there is a Norwegian cross-country skier named Caroline Stavus Skistad, and her name translates into English as Caroline Pole Hill Ski Place.
No. That's
Isn't that
the
amazing?
best nominative determinism ever.
Pole Hill Ski Place. It sounds like she just made it up, doesn't it? And like, looked
Yeah.
at oh, I need a name. I'm just going to name it after things I can see.
Yeah. Damn it, Michael Field is taken. Okay.
I've got a fact about Winter Olympic names.
Oh, yeah.
So the Winter Olympics has just been, and there is a shop called the Corona Sierra Stress Plants Shop. And they decided to do a thing where they would give plants to the athletes and let them look after them while they were in the Olympic Village. And the athletes had to name their plants. So James Hernandez, the British figure skater, his plant was called Gary.
Okay.
Marjorie Lajoie called hers Olympia. Lithuania's Saulius Ambrulevicius called theirs Dude. And Canada's Madeleine Shizas named her plant Ilya Rozanov.
That's a good name.
It's a
That
good
is a
name
good
for a
name.
plant, that, isn't it?
It's a very good name.
Does that name mean anything to you guys?
Ilya Rozanov. No.
So you haven't been watching the TV show Heated Rivalry, then?
Oh my God, is this the hockey sex show?
It's the hottie hockey guy. And the Madeline decided to name her plant Ilya Rozanov in the hope that the actor Connor Story would see this and say, hey, I heard you got a plant named after the character that I play at this show. Maybe we could get together.
Fancy a puck?
Surely that's the tagline for the whole show. Surely. Do you guys have a plant that you've given a name to? I do. I'm literally looking at it in my room.
Really?
It's called Baxter.
Oh, yeah?
Baxter's.
What's the story
Yeah.
behind that?
So named after Cleve Baxter, who was the CIA polygraph expert who believed that he could communicate with plants by hooking it up to a lie detector machine. Do you remember there was that story where he had 6 people come in randomly and stamp a plant dead in a room and pull it out, and only one of the 6 people had done it? He tested whether or not the other plant in the room could pick out the guilty person in a lineup. And according to everyone involved, the plant successfully picked out the killer.
How did it identify the killer?
Because it was hooked up to a polygraph, so the readings when the killer walked in.
Right.
Yeah.
Woo-woo is exactly the phrase I would use at the end of this anecdote.
Wow, Dan, what a fact! I mean, no, that's a very good reason to name a plant Baxter.
Yeah.
I don't have any named plants.
No?
No.
Well, mine are mostly mosses, which have a different structure. So
You don't give a moss a name, do you?
I think is it the Latin or Greek for moss is Brian?
yes, which is why they're bryophytes now. Yeah.
So you
That's
should
a
just
good
call them all
idea.
Brian.
That's a really nice idea.
Okay, let's do a fact here from Hazel Dixon. And Hazel writes that the first pre-execution last meal was in 1772 of Susan Brandt, who died by decapitation by sword. Brandt was offered a feast consisting of 3 pounds of bratwurst, 10 pounds of beef, 6 pounds of baked carp, 12 pounds of lamb roast, soup, cabbage, bread, and an unspecified dessert, and 8 liters of wine. She rejected this all and just had a glass of water.
Wow. Still not sparkling?
Unspecified. What was the sparkling situation in 1772? I'm not sure when San Pellegrino was established. It's saying that this is the first pre-execution last meal, 1772. I think it existed a long time before that. There's examples in medieval Europe of there being this kind of thing.
Really?
Yeah, there's an interesting story that's attached to the last meal from medieval times, which may or may not be apocryphal, but the idea was that you would make sure that the criminal who was being put to death had a really good meal just before dying, so that they didn't come back to haunt the executioners, so that they left on good terms.
What would be your final meal, Dan?
Probably a bowl of fried rice. As a kind of, fried and then I'm fried. It's a sort of nice
okay.
little...
Nice
Are
little
you picking the method of execution?
Oh, sorry. Do I only get to pick my meal, not the method of execution? Okay.
I was going to say I might have some pulled pork and then be pulled apart by horses.
There we go. Andy?
I suppose I'll just go for a nice bacon sandwich where the pig has died by firing squad. I'm not. That feels mean, doesn't it? Saying I want a pig to be shot by firing squad. I mean, it's probably no worse than happens to normal in normal animal processing.
Yeah, but in this hypothetical situation, you have done a crime, so you're not a nice guy.
Yeah.
I guess I'm finding it hard to get into the head of someone who's not a nice guy. It's just so alien to me.
Yeah. What if you did the crime with the pig? So you were both up for execution. They kill your accomplice
What are you
first.
saying we did together, Dan?
You be the aunt, I'll be the niece.
No, I don't know. I'd probably just have something vegetarian.
Yeah,
I'm trying to
good
do
idea.
my nice guy credentials, you see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andy's last words. Did I tell you I'm a vegan? Okay, here is another fact. This one is from Lucas Cheong Smith. Lucas obviously knows the show well because they say a fact for you in the form of a little Quizlet for Andy, and because Dan loves mundane sci-fi, James loves numbers, and Anna loves to blow shit wide open. Here goes.
Wow.
Ooh.
How many laser pens would it take to blow up the Earth?
Ooh.
So we're firing laser pens at the Earth, let's say from space.
Yeah,
Let's
like
say from
imagine
space.
it's like imagine you have a Death Star.
Yeah.
And you need to make a laser, but you're like that's going to be tough to make from scratch. But we have this laser pen making factory, so let's just make a load of them and use that as a laser.
Can I ask?
Really?
I've never equated the laser of a laser pen as being just a very unharmful, diluted version of a killer death ray. If you amplified the amount that you had, can that become harmful, or is it just really bright?
Yeah,
I think that's what Ian's saying.
light.
Well, there, yeah.
Really bright. Yeah. So yeah, laser is amplified light basically. So it's energy, and so if you fire enough energy at anything, it will it will break it up.
I love the idea that the Death Star was basically a presentation gone wrong. It was saying, if you'll just observe the planet Alderaan here. Oh my God! Oh no! We wanted to highlight their grain exports. Oh no!
That's what lightsabers are. They were just a slightly larger laser pointer as well. The whole thing is a stationary hub.
It feels like it's going to be an impossibly big number of laser pens to blow up the Earth. I'm going to say...
Think of the biggest number you can think of, like, as in the biggest number you can name.
1 trillion.
Bigger.
Gazillion.
Bigger than 1 trillion.
Gazillion. Let's try real numbers.
2 trillion. I can't go higher than 2 trillion. That's really big for me.
Is it? Okay.
No, it is, according to Lucas's calculations, it is 1.422 octillion.
What?
And an octillion is 1 with 27 zeros. So, like a million has got 6 zeros, and a billion has got 9, and a trillion has got 12, but this one's got 27.
What?
And for context, according to Lucas, this is 10,000 times fewer than the number of bacteriophages on Earth.
Oh, thanks for that context. That's really helpful.
Okay, so I read a fact recently, which was really cool. It's new science, that peacocks have got lasers in their tails.
Okay.
So those little eyes in a peacock's tail, they amplify the light. And we don't really know why they do that, possibly to attract females or whatever. But we do know that they work like lasers. And so I have worked out how many peacocks you would need to blow up the Earth.
Incredible. Incredible.
Would you like to guess?
I feel like a peacock's less powerful than a laser pen.
I'm afraid it is. So if the highest number you could think of before was 1 trillion, you're not going to get anywhere near this.
I'm not going to 3 trillion. No, I'll say 2. Are we saying octillion?
Octillion was the other one. Yeah.
Oh, it's just fantasy football at this stage, isn't it? Dan, do you want to advance on that?
I think the best way to get close to this is to make up a number and hope that scientists have also made up that number.
Yeah, bajillion.
Bajillion is not a number.
Squinillion?
Squamillion, no, sorry.
No, squinillion.
Oh, sorry, squinillion. No, you got it. Absolutely. No, it is approximately 355.5 nonillion peacocks it would take to blow up the Earth. So that would be about 35 peacocks for every virus that there is currently on Earth.
Right.
Get them together in one big Death Star firelight. You need a light source as well, but we'll deal with that later. Let's get the peacocks first.
Yeah, you're going to need to start breeding peacocks quite sharpish if you're trying to get up to however many nonillion. Well, I feel really educated by that. Thank you, James. And Ian.
No, thank you, Lucas.
Yeah, thank you, Lucas. And then James for the peacock calculation. All I'm picturing is James at home and his little daughter coming up to him saying, "Daddy, can we play?" And he's saying, "I'm working on something important here." Calculations of peacocks on the wall.
Are you joking? You think I do this by myself now that I have a helper?
The teacher's going, "Her math is interesting, Mr. Horkid."
She doesn't yet know how to do 3 times 4, but she does seem to be able to do 355.5 nonillion divided by the number of viruses on Earth.
Her nonillion timetable is fantastic. We're not knocking that. We're not knocking that. It's wonderful.
Okay, well, that is enough of your facts. Absolutely brilliant facts as ever this week. Thank you so much to everyone who sent a fact in to podcast@qi.com. But now it is time to go through our old archive of facts. Andy has spent many, many years typing these up, and we have got them here to give away to friends of the podcast on Patreon. So if you join Patreon at the very top level, then not only will you get a shout out on this show, you will get a digital certificate, and forever and a day, your fact will belong to you. So who is going to be the first person to give out one of our facts?
I'll dish one out. This one goes out to Matt Ray. Congratulations, Matt. Your fact is that morgue refrigerators in Turkey are fitted with alarms, motion sensors, and handles to open them from the inside in case people wake up.
So
It's
good.
thoughtful. It's sensible. And do you remember we did this whole big thing about the 19th century where it was really unclear what dying meant, and it was actually really hard to work out what the biological signal
Oh,
for
yeah.
death was.
Yes.
You know, because there's the heart, there's the brain, there's all sorts, and people had to come up with these mad methods, and there were these hospitals of doubtful life where people were put when maybe they would wake up.
There's got to be a point, though, when you're walking into that room and your relative is half eaten by maggots and flies all around them going, I'll give it a few more days.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a point.
There is
There'll
a
be a
point,
point.
but it's just what is that point, right?
Yeah.
I think maggots eating through your eye hole.
Okay, that's what we'll do. That's what we'll say. Okay, from now on, we have an official international standard. It's the maggots eating through the eyeballs Schreiber standard.
Not the thing I thought I'd be known for after my death. Not the legacy I thought I was leaving on this planet. That's very good. Well, congrats, Matt Ray. That's yours. Here's another one for Will Davidson. As a baby, Henry VIII had 2 official cradle rockers paid £3 a year to rock him.
Very good.
I don't know what £3 would have got you in late 15th century.
Not
Are
really
you
a
gonna-
long-term job as well, either. How long's the post? Not long.
Well, maybe he continued into his adulthood. He was still being rocked.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Yes.
Wouldn't you love to just have someone, you've had a stressful day, you've just been doing podcasts, and you can just lie down in a crib and someone's going to rock you for a half an hour? That's going to calm you right down.
Yeah?
No, you're both looking at me like I've gone insane. Okay, this next fact is now under the custodianship of Josh Pearson. Josh, your fact is that from 800 AD to 1349, the Colosseum in Rome was used as an apartment block.
Brilliant.
Oh.
Wowzers.
And this was not, there were not active gladiatorial fights going on at the time, right? It wasn't like, oh God, my bloody neighbors again.
You remember we stayed in that hotel while we were on tour where if you got a certain hotel room, your window looked into the stadium of a football ground.
Oh, yeah. I've been to a few of those. The one we went to was in Norwich.
Yes.
They also have one in Fylde, which I've been to, which overlooks the football. I think Bolton has one as well. So there's a few hotels like that. But yeah, absolutely. That would be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Just
I think
open
that would be
your
amazing.
curtains and there's some Christians being eaten by lions. No.
Okay, this one goes out to Stacey Pugh. And Stacey, this might be relevant. I don't know where you live, but your fact for now and forever is that in Australia, you can be fined for swearing.
Wow.
This was quite a surprising one to us because we think of Australia as being quite sweary. But it's not allowed, and you better watch your mouth.
People do swear and not get fined.
No, but they're working on it. I
so
think it's
the Northern
in-
Territory is...
Northern Territory was a place definitely we covered in the show that people have been fined a fair bit for swearing.
So if I just stand in the street in Darwin or whatever and say, I'm so hungry I could bite the arse off a pigeon, that
Yeah.
Australians say, am I going to get arrested?
I don't know if you'll serve any time. I think it might be an on-the-spot fine, maybe a
I
march to a
see.
cash point. I
guess you
mean,
could
this
be-
was 10 years ago.
Yeah, you could be fined for swearing in the UK if you do it in the wrong place and time and with aggressive intent.
That's absolutely right. Yeah, I think that probably is to cover events like this, as opposed to people saying, I'm so hungry I could eat the arse off a pigeon.
Right, yeah.
Which, that is a phrase I think should come with some kind of legal sanction, but I don't think, they just don't have the enforcement, I think.
Okay, I got one here. This is now for Emma Banton. And your fact is that when the first transatlantic cable was laid in 1858, reception was so bad that it took 17 hours to send the first message across.
I feel like it was to Queen Victoria. I'm sure everything was to Queen Victoria, like officially at the time.
I thought it would be like the hot girls in your area. Or something.
Want to rock you to sleep.
Okay, here is another fact. This is also to another Emma. This is going out to Emma Coulthurst. And Emma, your fact is that to celebrate World Vegan Day in 2013, Peter asked a town called Fryup in Yorkshire to change its name to Vegan Fryup for the day. They refused.
Yeah.
There you go.
fair
So,
enough.
Peter, the people for ethical treatment of animals or something like that. The people who like to get a lot of publicity by doing slightly weird things in order to further their cause. And this was one of those.
And it's because Britain has so many amazing place names that are all, like big old dead horse village. That doesn't sound British. That sounds more American. But you know what I mean? There are lots of...
Yeah, we have so many place names like Canyon Ranch.
All right. All right. That was a bad example. That was a bad example. But this was the village. There's Fryup, and then there's Great Fryup, and then there's Little Fryup, isn't there? And
Is
then,
there?
I think so. And basically, there are a few places like this knocking around, and Peter thought they'd try and make some hay with it. I think they don't mind being refused, do they? Because they can say, "Oh, the village of Fryup has refused to rename itself just for one day."
Like for them, they get the publicity no matter what, don't they?
Yes, you're right. Here is another one, and this goes out to Katie, surname withheld. But you'll have had your certificate already, and your fact is that in 1960s America, on one 35-mile bus route, you passed through 7 time zones. Nightmare. And it's because American states they had, there were borders and there were all sorts of different time zones knocking around, and they took a long time to resolve it all. And in fact, they still haven't got their act together and got all in the same time zone, which is crazy.
Yeah, they really should get like China, don't you think, Andy?
Come on, guys.
We had our own time zones in the UK as well. Like if you lived in Bristol, you would be on different times than if you lived in London, for instance. And then it was the transport that changed all that, because once you had trains going from one town to another, everyone needed to be on the same time. Otherwise, you wouldn't know what time your train was going to arrive.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, Dan, give us the last fact for the day.
Yeah, this is for John Harris, and that is, if a predator gets too close to a limpet, the limpet lifts its shell and stamps on the predator's foot.
Gorgeous.
Interesting facts about this. I don't know if we said this on the day, but the word limpet comes from the fact that when they stamp on your toe, you limp away.
No.
Of course not.
Oh, I was so
I'm so
excited.
proud that I didn't go for it this time. I'm so proud.
Well done, Dan. You're learning.
I'm gutted. I was going to suggest putting that in the book of things you think are named after one thing, but actually they're named after someone else.
Okay, well, on that note, I think we should say thank you again to our new custodians. They are John, Katie, Emma, Stacey, Josh, Will, and Matt. And thank you, everyone who sent in some facts for the first half of this show. And thank you indeed for listening. If you're listening to this and you're not yet a friend of the podcast on Patreon, then why not go to patreon.com and find out more there? There's all sorts of levels. You don't have to go on the top level. In fact, you don't have to pay at all. If you sign up on Patreon, there are little bits of extra stuff you can get there as well. So do go over to Patreon. And if you have any facts that you'd like to send to us for this show, or in fact, you've heard us say something wrong and you'd like to tell us about it, or you want to give us more information, then send all of your correspondence to podcast@qi.com, and it might well get into some of our output. We will see you again on Friday for a big fish. It's goodbye from me. It's goodbye from these guys.
Bye.
So long.
Farewell. I'll be the same. Bye.